Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're going to be continuing on with our Souls-like series. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking our model, our Metahuman into Blender. And we're going to be splitting up the body parts into different pieces. And you can't tell it right now, but this is a Metahuman that's already split up. But just to show you, we're going to hop in the character so you can see. We can click on all the different pieces. We have the chest, the hands, the legs, and then the head is already separated. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So the reason why you want to do this is basically for the equipment system. So once we implement an equipment system, we can easily change out these body parts with equipment. And same thing, if you take off equipment, you can change it out for these body parts. So that's what we're going to be doing, and let's just hop into it. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to hop over here into our blueprints, hop in our third person character, and we're going to go to the viewport. We're going to click on the body here, and over here on the skeletal mesh asset, we're just going to hit the magnifying glass, and here on the M_medium narrow body preview, we want to right click on that, go to asset action, and then we're going to export this. And we're going to export this so we can bring it into Blender. And so we'll just save, it'll save into your project folder, into your content folder. You can change that if you want to, but I'm just going to export it here. So we're going to save and export. And then once we do that, we're going to hop back into our player character, and we're going to get our head. We're going to go ahead and export our head because we'll need it anyways later. We won't really need it right now, but we're going to go ahead and export it. So same thing, you go to the click on the head, go over here to the skeletal mesh asset, hit the magnifying glass. It'll take you to where it is, and then you right click, asset action, export, and then we'll just save that and export. And now that that's done, we're just gonna close that out right there, and we're gonna open up Blender. If you don't have Blender, you can just, look it up and download it. Go to the download. This is the newest version. I still don't even have the newest version. I need to get that at some point. I still have 3.6. But yeah, once you get this downloaded and installed, we're gonna open up Blender. And once in here, you'll have a cube. We're just gonna get rid of the cube. You can click on it and press X on the keyboard, and then hit delete. Then we're gonna go up here to File. We're gonna go to Import, and we're gonna go to FBX. Then we're just gonna find where we exported the models. So it'll be in your, if you just chose your game folder, it will be in your content folder. Then we're going to pull in our body, click on it, and then we'll hit import over here. And that'll bring in the body. And we'll go ahead and import the head as well. Go to import, FBX, and we'll bring in the head, import. This one can take a minute because it's got a lot going on with it. Alright, so once it's in, we're just going to hide the head. You can click on the bones here and press H on your keyboard and hide. Then we're going to highlight all of that and press H. If you don't highlight it all, you can just click on it one at a time and press H, 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 and press H. Those are all the LODs that come in with the head. We're mainly going to be working with the body right now. But I wanted to go ahead and bring in the head as well, because we'll use the same project file to later on when we model armor and stuff around the body. So now we're gonna go ahead and do a save. So you can choose where you want to save this to. I have a folder called Blender Models, and then I made a new folder called where's it at? Souls-like. I'm gonna save it in here, and I'm just gonna call this Mel character. or let's call it, I'm gonna call it male Metahuman. Like that. Then we'll save it. And now we need to start splitting the body up. So the way equipment system works in Elden Ring, since we're using that as a template, the way they have it set is they have torso, hands, and legs, and then head. We don't have to do anything with the head because that's already separate, but we need to split up the torso, the hands, and the legs. So that's what we're gonna do. So just click on the body. You can press tab on your keyboard to go into edit mode. You can click off somewhere to make sure that it's not all selected. And we're gonna start with the torso first. So just in edit mode, you can we'll just choose for now select the vertice mode right here, and then click somewhere, and then you can press L on your keyboard, and it'll automatically select you know, a good portion of the chest. And then we're gonna go to the back side. You're gonna hold shift on your keyboard, you're gonna click somewhere else, then we're gonna press L on your keyboard again, and that will select the rest of it. And we also need the arms for this, not the hands, but we're gonna need the arms. So we're just gonna click on the arm somewhere, press L. Sometimes it won't do it the first time, so you just press L again, or you know, select a few vertices and then press L. Sometimes it acts a little weird. Then we're gonna do the same thing over here. Hold shift, select some vertices, press L, and that gives us the whole entire, you know, chest area with the arms. And just to make sure we have everything selected, you can choose the move arrow over here, and you can move it. You know, you can see that we have every part of that. So you can press Control Z to move that back. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna press P on the keyboard, then we're gonna choose selection. And what this does is it's gonna separate this piece from all the rest of it. So if we go back into object mode, we can now press the chest. We can choose the move arrows over here, and we can move this, and it is no longer connected to the rest of the mesh here. So now we need to do that for the hands and the legs. So we'll go ahead and do the legs next. So press, click on the legs, hit tab, go into edit mode. We'll select the vertice, press L on your keyboard, then shift, click on the other side, press L, and that gives us the legs. And you can, you know, move it, make sure you have it all selected. We also need the feet for this, so we're gonna shift click on a foot, we're gonna press L, and you want to go make sure you get to the bottom side of this because it doesn't automatically do that. So we're gonna shift click on the bottom side of that, press L on your keyboard. We got all of that foot, and now we're gonna shift click on this one and press L, and then we're gonna shift click on the bottom and press L. And like before, we can move it, make sure we have all of the vertices. Looks like we do. So we get Control Z, move that back, and we're gonna press P on the keyboard and choose selection. Now the legs are separated, and we can go back into object mode. We can now press click that, it's separated, and move it. Control Z, move it back. And now for the hands, they're already kind of grouped, but I'm gonna, just to make sure they're together and not, you know, they are their own thing, we're gonna still separate them just to make sure. So you can press a vertice, press L, shift click on the other side, press L, choose a few different vertices, press L. Sometimes it doesn't just automatically, you know, select everything after that. So we'll shift click over here on this one, press L, shift click on this one and press L. We can move it, make sure we have them all selected. Alright, so we can Control Z and go back, and we're gonna press P and choose selection. And now everything is selected, everything is separated. So we're gonna go back into object mode, and yeah, now we have everything separated like we need to. Now we need to export all of these. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hide everything that we don't need exported. So we're gonna export the torso first. So we're gonna press on the legs and press H on your keyboard to hide that, and then we're gonna click the hands and press H on your keyboard to hide that, and then we're gonna select the torso, and then we're gonna select the bones with shift click. We're gonna go up here to go to file. We're gonna go to export, FBX, and the settings you want over here, you want to go to the right side over here. We're gonna choose selected objects, and we're gonna scroll down to the transform. We're gonna choose Y forward, Z up, and then we're gonna scroll down to geometry. We're gonna change the smoothing from normals to face. Then we're gonna deselect bake animations, and we want to open up this armature right here because it automatically adds leaf bones, and we want to deselect add leaf bones. And yeah, that should be all we need to do in here. So we will name this. We're gonna call this Mel character chests. We'll call it that. Make sure you have you're in the folder you want it to go to, and we will just export that. And before we export anything else, we want to make sure that this, you know, properly exported. So we're gonna go back into Unreal Engine, and we're going to let's go to third person. We're gonna make a new folder here called body parts, and we're gonna open that up, and we're gonna make a new folder called mill, and then we're gonna open that up, and we're gonna make a new folder in there called chest, and then we're gonna open that up, and then we're just gonna bring that exported chest in. So we'll go to our Souls-like folder here, and we'll bring it in. And for the skeleton, you want to choose the Metahuman base skeleton. Make sure import animations is ticked off. Make sure that's not checked. And then we're just gonna press import, and voila, we got it in. It's separated. So now we just need to do that for the other pieces. So we'll go back to our body parts here. We're gonna do a save as well. So we'll hop back in Blender. You can press Alt and H on your keyboard and it will unhide everything, but we'll need to hide the head again. So select the head and press H, and we'll hide the chest. We'll do the legs next, so we'll hide the hands. Click on the hands and press H, and then we'll click on the legs, and then click on the bones, and then we'll go up to File, Export, FBX, and it should still have all of your settings the same, so you shouldn't have to change anything here again. So we're just going to name this to male character legs, and we will export that, and then we're going to Alt H, unhide everything, and we're going to select the head, hide that again, then we're going to hide the chest and hide the legs, because now we need the hands. We'll select the hands, press shift on your keyboard and select the bones. We'll go up to File, Export, FBX, and we will just rename this to male character hands, and we'll export that. And that should be all we need to do in here, so just do a save in there, and we'll just close this out for now. So now we'll hop into our body parts folder, go into mill, we'll make a new folder called legs, and we'll hop in there, and we will bring in our legs, make sure our Metahuman base skeleton is set, and then we'll import all, and then we'll go back, we'll make a new folder called hands, and then we'll open that up and bring in our hands, make sure Metahuman base skeleton is set, and then we'll import all, and we'll do a save. So now we need to get these pieces to work on our character. So we're gonna hop in our third-person character, and we'll just full screen that. Go to viewport. Let me. I don't know what this is trying to import. No, we don't need to import that. All right. So what we need to do here. Luckily, we already have these pieces. So we can go ahead and just add our skeleton to these pieces for the ones that we have. We'll need to make a new one for our hands. So we'll go into our body parts, mill. We'll go into the chest, and we'll add the chest right here. And what we need to do here is let's update the material. So we'll just go to our mesh, grab the material, go to the elements, press the magnifying glass. And then we'll go down to the torso, and we can add. For some reason, I didn't add the skeleton. Hold on. Let me just compile real quick. Why did that? Did I add it to the legs? Oh, I accidentally added that to the legs. That's why. All right, so yeah, we'll fix that. We'll just hit the magnifying glass on that. Move it to the torso, and then we'll press back to get back to the material. We'll add the material to this, so that way the material is right. We'll go up to the legs, and we'll hit back until we get to our legs folder right here, and then we'll bring in the legs. And then we'll go to our torso here, hit the magnifying glass on the material. That'll take us to the material, go back to the legs. We'll add that material right there. And then we'll go to feet we don't really need, so we can just go up here to search and type in visible. And we're just gonna uncheck visible. We don't really need it. So we'll compile and save there. So, let me see. Go to construction script. Make sure your construction script is plugged in. That's why mine's not going to the not doing the animation. So now let's go to the mesh, and we're gonna set this to not be visible as well. So go to the mesh, type in visible. We're gonna uncheck visible, and we will compile. And if you notice after you do that, and if you try to play it now, it won't do the animation. So what you need to do is, if you still have visible ticked, you should see this right here, visible based anim tick option. Right now it says always tick pose. You want to change this to always tick pose and refresh bones. So do that, and that'll fix the animation issue there. So you compile and save, and then you hop in. The animations work, but we still need to fix our hands, and we also need to fix that little streak that we're seeing. So on our mesh, we'll get rid of that visible right there. We're gonna change this back from our preview to our normal body, so the M_medium narrow body. Switch that back to that one. Hit compile and save. And now if you hop in and press play, we don't get that weird streak on the ground anymore, so that fixes that issue. So now we just need to make a new skeletal mesh asset for our hands. So we're gonna add skeletal mesh, and we're gonna call this hands. Make sure it's attached to the mesh. Mine is, so yeah. So now we just need to go find our hands. Where is it at? Male body hands right here. So we'll add that, and we'll grab that material from one of these other ones, say our torso, hit the magnifying glass, and go back to the hands. We'll add that material here. And so for this one, we need to do some things in the construction script to get it to work. Because you know, hands being separated isn't already a part of metahumans. It wasn't a part of the construction script that we copied and pasted in here. So all we need to do in here is we're gonna, at the end of all of these enable master pose, we just need to move all of the rest of this back. So from the is valid, we're gonna move all of that back, and then we're just gonna copy the enable master pose and then paste it right here. Plug it in, and plug this one in, and then we will pull our hands in and plug that in, and we'll go back to the viewport, hit compile, and that fixes the hands. And yeah, you can click on all the pieces, they are separated, and we'll hit save. We'll hop in, you know, make sure everything works. You can run around. Now all your pieces are separated. You'll be able to easily, you know, change this out with equipment system. And you know, I've seen tutorials of people not doing this method where they just try to throw equipment over on top of you know, on top of a body that is there, and I don't recommend doing that because you're gonna get some crazy clipping issues. I recommend doing it this way because it will completely replace the body that is there, and you won't get any clipping issues. So yeah, that's why we did it this way. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. If you like the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.